We've all heard the age-old questions about the universe. How did everything come from nothing? Could stars or planets be alive? What would happen if we created a black hole? The cosmos never fails to provide us with mysteries and possibilities that leave us scratching our heads. From the origins of the universe to the far-flung future of space exploration, there's no shortage of wonder. But can science really answer all of these deep and profound questions? Well, let's dive into the cosmos and explore some answers, along with a few questions that still don't have answers. How can something come from nothing? This is a question as old as philosophy itself. When we think about the Big Bang, many people wonder, where did the universe come from? After all, the idea of something coming from nothing seems utterly impossible, doesn't it? Here's the thing. The Big Bang doesn't explain the origin of the universe. It only explains what happened after the universe began. Think of the Big Bang as a starting line for the universe, not the creator. The theory tells us that the universe started as an incredibly dense and hot point, and over time it expanded and cooled. We can observe galaxies racing away from us today, a clue that the universe was more compact in the past. But the Big Bang itself doesn't tell us where it all came from, or how the universe came to be in the first place. Could there have been something before the Big Bang? That's still unknown. Could God have created the universe through the Big Bang? Sure, that's a possibility for those who view the universe through a spiritual lens, but the truth is, we just don't know. And as much as that might frustrate us, it's okay. Not all of life's mysteries have clear answers. Could planets and stars be alive and conscious? Now this is where things get interesting. Planets and stars. Alive? Conscious? It may sound like something straight out of science fiction, but the idea isn't entirely as far-fetched as it may seem. There's a theory called the Gaia hypothesis, which suggests that Earth, as a planet, behaves like a giant organism. The theory points to Earth's ability to regulate its temperature, water cycle, and even the levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. These processes are all part of a delicate balance that supports life. Now, imagine if other planets followed a similar course. Earth could be just one in a galaxy of potentially living planets. Could planets wake up over time, becoming self-regulating, conscious entities through the actions of intelligent civilizations and the evolution of technology? The idea is speculative, but it's a fun thought experiment. And if that's not mind-boggling enough, consider the idea that stars could somehow develop life, too. A scientific paper once pondered the notion of cosmic strings, long, mysterious structures from the universe's birth that could, in theory, get trapped inside a star. These strings, if they existed, might provide a framework where particles inside the star could interact in ways that could, just maybe, spark some form of life. Now, we're talking about something truly cosmic. A living, thinking, possibly even conscious star. It's the kind of hypothesis that makes you want to look up at the night sky and wonder, are they watching us? Is the Large Hadron Collider dangerous for Earth? The Large Hadron Collider is a machine that has fascinated and terrified many since it was built. Colliding particles at nearly the speed of light sounds pretty dangerous, right? After all, what if it creates some kind of rogue particle that turns our planet into space debris? What if a tiny black hole is created and slowly starts to devour Earth from the inside out? The reality is, while the Large Hadron Collider uses enormous amounts of energy, it is incredibly safe. In fact, before scientists even turned on the Large Hadron Collider, they conducted studies to ensure that no cataclysmic event would occur. They realized that the universe itself regularly encounters particles that are far more powerful than anything we can generate with the Large Hadron Collider. These particles, known as cosmic rays, are shot out from supernovae and black holes, and they collide with Earth's atmosphere with far more energy than anything the Large Hadron Collider could produce. Yet Earth is still here. The chances of the Large Hadron Collider creating something dangerous are incredibly small. In fact, the most extreme possibilities, such as creating black holes, are more theoretical than actual risks. If a black hole were somehow created in the Large Hadron Collider, it would likely evaporate before it even had a chance to make it to the ground. And if it didn't, it would probably harmlessly fall through the Earth, bouncing around without causing any destruction. The universe is already conducting much larger and more dangerous experiments with cosmic rays, and Earth hasn't been destroyed yet. What if we created a black hole on Earth? That the unthinkable happens and the LHC does create a black hole. Could that black hole pose a danger to the Earth? The science behind this is pretty wild. If a black hole formed, it would likely be incredibly tiny, with a minuscule event horizon. The small size means it would take a long time before it interacted with any matter. It would probably just fall through the Earth and continue moving, eventually being affected by the gravitational forces of the Sun, the Moon, and other planets. Eventually, it could settle down in the middle of the Earth, but even then it would take millions of years before it started to cause any real trouble. And by then, who knows what kind of tech will have to solve such problems. The creation of a black hole in the LHC is more of a theoretical concern than a real one. In fact, even cosmic rays, which are far more powerful than anything the LHC can create, might form black holes that zip through the Earth without doing any damage. What is the maximum number of planets a star can have? When we look at our solar system, we see 8 planets, not counting Pluto, in stable orbits around the Sun. But could a star have more planets than that? The answer is maybe. Stars can have as many planets as their gravitational field can support. The planets must be spaced far enough apart that they don't interact gravitationally and disrupt each other's orbits. However, there's a theoretical limit on how many planets a star can have. Planets closer to each other risk colliding or being flung into the star due to gravitational interactions. Astronomers have even theorized about the possibility of supermassive stars with dozens of planets in stable orbits. Imagine a star with more than 500 Earth-like planets. That sounds like something out of a space opera, but it's a real theoretical concept. In fact, one researcher, Sean Raymond, came up with the idea of an ultimate solar system, where a supermassive black hole anchors a whole system of 9 stars and 550 Earth-like planets orbiting within a habitable zone. What's the future of space exploration? If you're looking to the future of space exploration, there's a lot to get excited about. For those of us currently alive, we're likely to witness some huge milestones. The Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon, is set to launch in 2026. And who knows? We might even see humans land on Mars in the mid-2030s. While the next few decades will bring incredible advancements, it'll take longer for humanity to venture beyond our immediate neighborhood in the solar system. The younger generations might get to see permanent human bases on the moon and Mars, and perhaps even beyond. But as far as warp drives and Dyson spheres go, well, that's probably something for future generations to dream about. If you enjoyed this cosmic journey through the universe, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to stay updated on all the latest space news, discoveries, and fascinating questions. Share your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and remember, the universe is full of wonders, so keep exploring. See you in the next video.